He's one of the best hitters in the game. He's Joey Votto back on the program. Joey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing spectacular. I thought about you when we had Wayne Gretzky on. He said that his dad has a museum in the basement with all of Gretzky's memorabilia, and that tour buses will pull up and then go into the basement to see all of Gretzky's memorabilia. Have you taken part in that tour?
I never have. His tour would be pretty epic, though. I mean, he's won every award almost 10 times over, and he's like a god up in Canada, so I'm not surprised in the least.
Yeah, but he says, yeah, people just pull up, go into the house, go into the basement, and his dad has a museum down there for him. So
his dad's pretty famous, too, up there.
Did you root for the L.A. Kings at all?
I did not. I grew up loving not so much the New Jersey Devils as much as Martin Brodeur, and it's kind of funny that he's still playing. What the heck's he doing still playing? And still playing great, too.
He's 40. Will you be still playing baseball at 40?
I got a jersey when I was, ironically, from my godfather when I was like 11 or 10 years old, or maybe 12 years old. If I'm still playing baseball he's 40 or 42?
Yeah.
I thought he was 42.
I think he's 40.
Okay, yeah, well, I think I'm contractually obligated to play till I'm 40 years old.
Well, you have the 10-year deal. Does that take you? Does that take you to 40?
It's actually 12, Dan. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the same thing that the Reds management is saying to themselves right now. Oh.
Wait a minute, it's 12?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with an option too. Can you believe that?
Oh.
What the heck is going on with the world?
But you know what? I don't know if this helps you or hurts you, but your numbers and your ability to not waste pitches or at-bats is pretty incredible. And playing for the Reds, I mean, you're not on national stage. You know, the mothership's not going to be carrying Cincinnati Reds games. You know, you got attention for the MVP, but should you be getting more attention for what you've been doing?
I'm perfectly happy not getting, or I'm perfectly happy with the attention I'm getting. You know, I really enjoy not being distracted with, you know, a lot of the miscellaneous stuff. We played a Sunday night baseball game, and as much as I enjoy playing them, they can be somewhat of a distraction. It's a little later start. There's extra media requests and you know, behind the scenes stuff. You know, it's very good for baseball. It's certainly good for the teams and the fans. But me personally, it doesn't really mesh well with my personality and I think what makes me the player I am.
He's Joey Votto, the Reds first baseman. I'm looking at the numbers here. Not too bad. 362 batting average, 11 homers, 41 RBIs. Leading the league in intentional walks. How do you feel about that?
I feel I don't really think about it. You know, I don't. It's not something that crossed my mind, but I appreciate all of them.
Do you think they're afraid of you?
I don't think so. No, I think the situation just calls for it.
What about all the no-hitters going on here with the pitchers, that now it's become almost a pitcher's game instead of a hitter's game?
I think that's probably about where it should be. I mean, everybody that taught me baseball growing up said, you know, good pitching beats good hitting, and that's how it's always been. And then, you know, I think that's back to where it is.
Is it good for baseball that we don't have these watered-down home run numbers anymore?
No question. I think it is, yes.
Because you would see guys and you go, come on. Somebody would hit an opposite field home run and he'd be, you know, second baseman. I mean, there had to be times when you said to yourself, come on, this is ridiculous. It's like wiffle ball.
Yeah, I was thinking that the other day. I was wondering whether or not Brandon Phillips was on steroids. He hit an opposite field home run. He's a second baseman.
Whoa. Votto accuses Phillips of using steroids.
Perfect.
How many times are you tested?
Brandon Phillips and I are tested probably about 5-7 times a year, HGH included.
How's the process work?
Blood test for the HGH and urine sample for everything else, pants down, microscope right next to your groin, and they get to do that as often, as randomly as they want.
Can you request a woman to be there instead of a...
I suppose you could, but you're not going to get it. It's the same guys they've actually, it's the same guys that come in, and you actually get to know them. And
hey, Steve.
They know you.
Hey, Joey, pull down your pants. Okay.
Yeah, they know you well.
How do you explain what happened with Ryan Braun?
Well, I can only go by the result, and the result is that there was some sort of disturbance in the, the protocol, and that's what they came up with. And Ryan Braun is clearly innocent.
But you guys as a team, nobody had a problem with that?
Well, I mean, there's 25 players on the team, and then when the result came out, there was 70 people in the clubhouse. Obviously, there's coaching staff and management. So
people surprised?
Certainly. I mean, there's going to be a ton of different opinions, and you're going to have people that, even if they're happy with the result, happy to hear that he got off innocent, they're still going to be scratching their head. And then there's going to be people that are out loud upset about it, but happy he's innocent and totally believing it.
Why don't we take a urine sample and test it right there, right in front of you?
I'm confused.
No, I'm saying why don't we do the test right there in front of the person, so there is no middleman or there's a chain of custody there. To be fair to you guys, you don't know what happens with that sample when it leaves.
No, we don't. But I think that the process takes a bit, and I think that we don't really matter. Who cares if the player knows? Ultimately, it's the fans and the people that are doing the testing, certainly the management and all the people in the commissioner's office that need to know the results. And, without sounding harsh, the players are really kind of second or third in line.
Why don't we do it like a pregnancy test? Shouldn't we be able to come up with a system where you go, you're not guilty, you're innocent?
That would be good, but, there's 30 different clubs, and we're in a bunch of different cities, so there would have to be officials everywhere for that.
At what point do you become Joe Votto?
Well, my dad was Joe Votto. I've always been Joey Votto, and I'd like to always be Joey Votto.
But at what age? I mean, can you be 60 and be Joey?
That's a good question. I suppose, I think that I should probably at some point grow up, maybe. I'm Joseph. I was born Joseph, so I could take that on, or Giuseppe or something.
Do you want to declare that right now? From now on, Joey Votto is Joseph Votto.
I am Joseph Votto, and I am clean from steroids.
He changed his name, and he's clean. Ladies and gentlemen, now batting, a man who is clean, Joseph Votto. You all right with that?
Yeah, I'm perfectly good. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Playoffs. I got you guys winning the division. So, am I fine with that prediction?
Yeah, I think you're good with that. The Pirates, they are awfully pesky. Holy cow! And you can never get. They are tough, and the Cardinals are always the Cardinals. Certainly, the World Series champs. I hate to say it out loud, but they I don't know. They're it doesn't feel the same without Albert there. Carlos Beltran certainly replaced him well, but I don't know what it is, man. Albert, he's a pretty special player.
I think they're just as good without him.
You do?
Yes. You don't want to spend all that money on a guy that age. He's going to break down. He's not worth that money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going off of the memory I have for the last 5 years watching him destroy.
But what's that like
everyone.
to be? Imagine being a third baseman when Pujols comes to the plate.
I don't envy them. Not at all.
Well, Joseph, it's good to visit with you and continue the great season there. And thank you for not testing positive.
All right, thank you, Daniel.
All right, that's Joseph Votto, Cincinnati Reds, first baseman, now batting.